Welcome, young people, boys and girls, to another faith story with Pastor M&M. Today's faith story is about a young girl, a little girl. I don't know how old she was, but she was very young, probably under 10 years old. And this happened in the late 1800s, right after the Franco-Prussia War in Europe. And this little girl who survived the war, but her parents didn't. Her mom and dad died in the war. And she was left a little orphan girl. In order for her to survive, she knew how to play the piano a little bit. So she made posters that she will give concerts and people should come because she is a student of the famous piano player, Franz Liszt. Now, Franz Liszt was a very famous piano player in his time, and it was at that time. And he was traveling all over Europe, Austria, Hungary, Germany, France, and Rome, Italy. He was very famous. And this little poster saying that she was the student of this famous piano player, that attracted a bigger audience. And she could make a little money to survive. But it so happened that as this great master, Franz Liszt, was traveling, one day he was in the same city where this little girl lived. And as he was walking down the street, he noticed the poster with his name on it. And so he decided to visit that little girl. And he showed up at her address, at her door. He knocked on the door, and when that little girl opened the door and she saw the great master standing before her, she froze. Because that was not true. She was not his student. But the master was calm and kind and said, "Tell me, why did you say that?" And the little girl confessed, "Because I don't have parents, and this is the only way I know how to make a little honest money." And so the heart of the great master was touched. And he said, "Let's go to the piano. I want you to play something for me." And as she played for the great master, he gave her a piano lesson. He was showing her how to do proper fingering, how to do phrasing, how to interpret, maybe help with the rhythm a little bit. And after the piano lesson, he looked at her and said, "I want you to make a new poster. And I want you to write there that the great master, Franz Liszt, is going to play with you at this next concert." Imagine the joy of that little girl that the great master is going to play with her on the same stage, on the same piano. What a privilege! And sure enough, that attracted a large audience. The concert hall was packed. I don't know what she rented, maybe a little town hall, but it was packed because the great master was there. You know, in Revelation chapter 3, verse 21, there's a very important Bible verse that says the words of Jesus. Verse 21, "To him who overcomes, I will grant to sit with me on my throne, as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne." So, young people, boys and girls, what Jesus is saying, that he is knocking on the door of your heart, just as Franz Liszt was knocking on the door of that little girl. If you invite Jesus in and say, "Jesus, Please come into my heart. I want you to be my Lord and Savior. I want you to teach me how to survive in this bad world that we live in, surrounded by all the things that sin has caused and brought in this world. Then Jesus, I want you to guide me. I want you to keep me safe. And Jesus says, if you do that, you will sit with him in his throne, just like that little girl sat on the same piano bench with that great master. And can you just imagine that privilege that you get to sit with Jesus in his throne? And that's my prayer, that you invite Jesus into your heart. Ask him to guide you, to teach you, to be with you, so that one day you will sit on his throne in his kingdom. God bless you. Until next time, Faith Stories with Pastor M&M. God bless you.